you're here. SWTOR hoped you would come quickly.
Arkan, I wasn't expecting to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you. I am glad to have returned. With something useful, I hope.
SWTOR didn't tell me you'd be here. You caught me off guard.
I'm sure it slipped her mind. She has been speaking to some other Voss about something, and she has seemed unsettled.
You have arrived. Good. I have been waiting to show you this. When we first uncovered the existence of Darth Nul, I could not imagine that tracing the origins of one of her relics would lead here. The strange ruins Arkan found on the planet in wild space. They were resistant to his presence for a reason.
But together we found something.
What you are about to see. Darth Nul possessed a talent that was unique among her kind. Through the Force, she could connect her mind to another's. Darth Nul could speak to someone's most hidden desires, reach depths of their thoughts they could not reach themselves. Over great distances, she could mentally bond with anyone who could feel the Force. In those who did not recognize their own abilities, she awakened that realization.
Sharing this knowledge was unacceptable to those around Darth Nul. She was ostracized, friendless.
Darth Nul took those who would follow her to an empty world in wild space, where they could do as they pleased, without judgment. Nul taught her disciples how to forge mental bonds as she did. They called out to others and invited them to their sanctuary.
But Darth Nul was careless. She made contact with someone she shouldn't have. The Sith Emperor, as he was then. He took advantage of her mistake. He ruthlessly pursued her.
Before the Emperor could reach her followers, Nul locked many of their secrets away in the ruins Arkan found. Nul and the others fought back against their captors, but their fate was sealed. The Emperor dominated the minds of her disciples, bent them to his will, enslaved them. After that day, Nul's followers became servants of the Emperor, and she became Darth Nul.
If the Emperor made her Darth Nul after she was captured, who was she before?
She was no one. At least, not after she was expelled from the Jedi Order.
Darth Nul didn't just build her lightsaber with Jedi resources. She was a Jedi.
For a time. The account of Darth Nul's removal from the Jedi is told from her own perspective. We do not know much about what transpired before that, other than what she was called, Master Renaya.
Every time we learn something about Darth Nul, it adds more pieces to the puzzle. And we still don't know what she did that inspired Malgus's plans.
But now the truth has come to light. If Malgus wanted to hide it forever, he failed.
All that you found about Darth Nul, why did I have to come to Voss to hear it?
After I heeded the Three's request to return to Voss, I heard whisperings. Rumors of a vision that caused great concern among the mystics. The Three forbade them to speak about what was seen. A revelation centered on Darth Malgus.
You brought me here to find out more about the vision.
I brought you here to try. The Three know well the value you would place on hearing the details of this vision, but they would never share them with an outsider, even one of your status, unless you gave them a reason to.
Can't you ask them about the vision?
They would not reveal it to me. But there is another way. Despite our best efforts, some of our most sacred temples have yet to be rebuilt in the years since Valen's assault. The Shrine of Contemplation is too deep within Gormak lands. The work is slow, even with aid from the few Gormak who have chosen to continue their alliance with the Voss. The three are overseeing progress at the Shrine of Contemplation now. If you were to approach them and offer your assistance, perhaps you will change their minds about the vision. With luck, they will be receptive to one with your gracious reputation.
I've already made an impression on them. This shouldn't be difficult.
It has been years since you first came to Voss. The members of the three have changed many times since then, but they all expect the same courtesies. Be conscious of the struggles of Voss. Be considerate of our views. Little else is needed.
I'd like to speak with you for a moment, before you depart.
Here are the coordinates for the Shrine of Contemplation. I will send a message ahead to the commandos there to expect your arrival.
You wanted to speak to me about something?
All this talk of visions, it reminded me. Something strange happened while I was away. As I searched Darth Maul's ruins, every step I took felt so familiar. Like I had been there before.
Darth Null was captured from that place by the Emperor. Did your father, when he was Valkorion, did he ever return there?
If he had, he would have never allowed me to accompany him. Something I'm grateful for now. It was confusing, distressingly so. I was so certain I had stood on the surface of that empty world, even though I could not remember when or why. I spoke with Sonoray about this sense of familiarity. It didn't take long before she understood what I was feeling. I was there, in those ruins, once before, during the ritual in the Shrine of Healing.
How is that possible?
I am unsure. This realization awakened other memories of what I saw while the Voss healed me. I believed they were dreams at the time, but Sonoray believes otherwise. She says they were visions.
What else did you see?
In truth, it is all still a blur. It was as if I lived decades in the span of hours. I saw centuries worth of horrors committed by my father. I felt the rage and the cruelty born of my desperation to please him. The suffering and the devastation I caused, it was all made plain to me. When I learned what my father had done in Darth Maul's ruins, old fears resurfaced. I was afraid I saw those ruins because I was doomed to follow in his footsteps. But there were visions of hope as well, of serving a greater purpose. I saw the work I could do, how I could dedicate myself to atonement. Like helping you stop Darth Malgus. Reliving that vision, it reminded me that I have far to go before I can be forgiven for all that I inflicted upon others. If that is even possible. But I am moving in the right direction.
We can't know for certain when the things you've done will fade from memory, but you shouldn't give up. It will be difficult, but any journey worth undertaking is.
You're right. I have fought so many battles in my life. Only now I have found something worth fighting for. I don't think I could have ever seen things in this light without your help. There will never be enough I can do to thank you.
Greetings. I am Maiden Jar. This is Kodum. Sonoray sent word that you would be joining us. You keep the company of strange associates. I wonder, is it a testament to your character? It is irrelevant to the problem at hand. Together, we, the Shrine Restoration Initiative, have rebuilt much of the damage inflicted during the Eternal Empire's attack. Many shrines in the vicinity of Voska are fully restored.
Huavaska, bam kik na kungkam trongwan lao, the chow troksha. Nei so fun de ko naga neva ak nagnan ni matan. Nei so fun de ko naga neva ak nagnan ni matan. Kontrai kua vai tranam maya chong dito.
We understand that you hope for an audience with the three. They are here, but wholly consumed with seeing us expedite our work on the Shrine of Contemplation. Should you help us arrive at our goal?
Fran vienmongi ho vabaka vihutroi kuatu fulam. Osran fiki mi kukonwa. Kwantai lapwa uwagwan naudan piokotova. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun ei lam sayo.
They have lost control of the excavation droids. That is troubling.
Huavaska, bam ki ngungam trongwan lao, the chow troksha.
Wait. Before one enters the Shrine of Judgment, one must be cleansed. The workers perform this ritual before entering the shrine. The outsider must do the same.
Oyisigro, Uvak, Ramba, Gabafute.
The outsider will prevent any harm from coming to them. But unless the ritual is performed, desecration of the shrine is assured. I have faith that this simple task will not deter someone with your skill. I cannot force you to do the cleansing ritual, outsider, especially in this urgent situation. But should you choose to honor the customs of Voss, go to the Altar of Clarity, at the edge of the settlement. I will guide you through the ritual.
Tran vienmongi ho vabaka vihutroi kuatu fulam. Wa mingwang gam jiwan kwamak gilan va. Nei so fun de ko naga neva ak nagnan ni matan. Kumdi tremoyo bot gum masang. Kwai kong ni bao le ching tong doro nao. Ni go wai dap wai chakaman. Kong ni wai he treole. Kong ni go wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun ei lam sayo. Nei so fun de ko naga neva ak nagnan ni matan. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun ei lam sayo. Huavaska, bam ki ngungam trongwan lao, the chow troksha. Nei so fun de ko naga neva ak nagnan ni matan. Lambo mongbom tulran kati kumimu ko namban. O kung klung sa am doting namani haulay mayay. Kontray kua vai tram nam maya chong dito. Huavaska, bam ki ngungam trongwan lao, the chow troksha. Nei so fun de ko naga neva ak nagnan ni matan. Dan foi vutagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Nesafun de kondaneva eak nagnan nimatan. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lion gor sun e lam sayo. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Go word that why Chakaman. Kongi why he triole. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Pumawaska, Bam ki na kungkam from one lao, the chow troksha. Get that min, troili von tu kuka toy. Ne so fun de ko neva eak nagnan nimatan. Pumawaska, Bam ki na kungkam from one lao, the chow troksha. Vid no what, ding no tangmu. Vi går word that why Chakaman. Kongi why he triole. No hungry yak la mulo yumi. Vagi you the tongue truen. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai. Vebegor nesafun. Pumawaska. Bam ki na kungkam from one lao, the chow troksha. Vi go word that why Chakaman. Kongi why he triole. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Unding trang vindum fra Lengirich mung kumrudiwa. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lion gor sun ei lam sayo. Boyisigo wak ramba gabafute. Ne so fun de konaka neva eak nagnan nimatan. Vi go word that why Chakaman. Kongi why he triole. Väidelen en kortadiravat. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Vi go word that why Chakaman. Kongi why he triole.
Lumbomu ambun tuturulan katehe kumni mu konamban. Kumnue jiwai mam lui chao tapai luengor senau lam la sao.
Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lion gor sun ei lam sayo. Ne so fun de konaka neva eak nagnan nimatan. Vi go word that why Chakaman. Kongi why he triole. Kumniku why bam lui chotai fai lion gor sun ei lam sayo. Ne so fun de konaka neva eak nagnan nimatan. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Vid no what, ding no tangmu. Pumawaska, Bam ki na kungkam from one lao, the chow troksha. Ne so fun de konaka neva eak nagnan nimatan. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun. Ne so fun de konaka neva eak nagnan nimatan. Unding trang vindum fra Lengirich mung kumrudiwa. Lam duak, vi kong ropa la nid na kakamaki. Then for Vudagan achnan choktontai, vebegor nesafun.
There is a considerable amount of Gormak technology in this.
Get naman tayo voy tamak.
How did the invaders come to possess this?
Huavaska, Bamki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha.
I appreciate your honesty. The actions of a few should not reflect the will of all Gormak. The truce stands firm.
Wongyan the Yang Mutam Shade to Kai Kuka.
You are correct. The next step is to learn all we can about them. Our researchers will study this device and divine its purpose. Doing so will allow us to track the invaders and avoid unnecessary destruction.
Kumniku, why Bam Louis Chotai Fai, Liam Sun, Nay Lam Sayo. Nay so fun, dear, go Naga Neva, Ayak Nagnan Nimatan.
Your actions have given us leverage in this fight, but the harm done has been extensive. Our work in the Shrine of Contemplation was already behind. Zerka's presence has thrown the reconstruction into chaos. Some damage can be repaired. But if we cannot complete the restoration, it will leave a lasting scar. Until the work has resumed, the three will not turn their attention to you. Your offer to help is a telling display of empathy for both the Gormak and the Voss. I want you to understand why all this is so critical to us. You were born with the ability to wield the Force. You were trained by another. You learned how to control it, how to use it. It is now a natural extension of who you are, just as it is a natural extension of my people. Now, imagine you are part of a society that works to hone your abilities to a greater purpose. Our shrines are built for this singular purpose. But now those shrines, built over generations, are destroyed, reduced to rubble by the Eternal Empire. In that moment, it was as if our eyes were shut. We were cut off from our purpose. We do not restore buildings. We ignite our purpose once more. Until we find that light again, everything else, the invaders, the truce, the relics, is secondary. You have more than earned the right to understand. But we cannot sit idle during this time. We need help in ways other than stopping the invaders. Offer your skills, and the three will notice. Do you understand?
Huavaska, Bamki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha.
The importance of what they do cannot be understated. Now, I must update the three on the situation. They will be understandably curious about how the invaders obtained Gormak technology.
Ito what Dingo Tangmu. Huavaska, Bamki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha. No hung reject la mulo yumi. Vagi Uchep, the Tong Truen. Huavaska, Bamki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha. Weideren Dang Gorkate Lavat. Ang Pak Kinoto Mitfu. Drojin Trangan. Dan for Vutagan Achnan Chok Tontai. Vebegor Nesafun.
Do you require anything else? They did. I have their findings here. They confirm the purpose of the device. To locate objects touched by the Force. Perhaps this explains why you sensed something strange about it. Why would an arms dealer like Zerka hire mercenaries to find these items? Why risk war for a remote chance of finding something they cannot use? An ugly thought, but I accept the truth of it. Once we became aware of what the device can do, we feared what Zerka might find in the depths of the Shrine of Contemplation. You should begin your search for the invaders there. Stop Zerka, and bring anything you find back to us. Do this for us, and your audience with the three will be secured.
You do good work. How you handled my incompetent colleagues back there. Beautiful. It will save me a lot of paperwork when I report back to Zerka. You are correct. Though I confess, it does get me into trouble at times. But let me explain the situation, with a little added detail. The Voss keeps all kinds of dangerous objects lying around. That's why we're both here, yes? We know some would make powerful weapons. In the right hands. The Gormak understand this. I do have to hand it to them. Their ways with technology are impressive. Second only to Zerka. They could turn the right artifact into a new balance of power. Very noble, but I am here for quite the opposite. What you have there is the prize. It's a record of the Jedi's influence on the ancient Voss. Normally, I don't need an armed escort to retrieve historical documents, but in the right hands, this one could severely undermine the truce. We get the Voss and Gormak fighting again. This world is open to Zerka operations, weapon sales. Oh, the possibilities are endless. Come now, you're kinda not above war. That's been apparent for centuries. Hold a belief dear enough, my friend, and the entire galaxy is your enemy. Now, I do need to be on my way, so I'm going to hand this chat over to my good friends here. It's been a pleasure.
Did you speak to Makif about the broken relics?
Den for Vutagan Achnan Choktontai, Vebegor Nesafun.
I will visit him later. Perhaps he will take your words to heart if he hears them from both of us.
Nesafun de Konadaneva Eaknan Nimatan.
I understand, but this relic is not mine to give. However, in return for your service, any information your order seeks from this record, it is theirs. I swear it. The same offer is extended to you, Kodum. Of course not. There is still much to do.
Huavaska, Bam Kin Bungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha. Trani den Mo Shecham, Bargut Martin Shong.
Thank you. It would have been disastrous if outsiders possessed this.
Den for Vutagan Achnan Choktontai, Vebegor Nesafun. Den for Vutagan Achnan Choktontai, Vebegor Nesafun.
As am I. It reinforces my enthusiasm for all that is left to do.
Kumniku Wai Bam Louis Chotai Fai Lion Gor Sun Lam Seo. Den for Vutagan Achnan Choktontai, Vebegor Nesafun. Nesafun de Konadaneva Eaknan Nimatan. Nigo Wai Tapwai Chakamran. Kumongi Wai He Triole. Huavaska. Bam Kin Bungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha.
I look forward to hearing them. Kodum is right. You have done much to be commended for, outsider. The three have taken notice of the progress the initiative has regained. They know who deserves the credit for this accomplishment. An interesting recommendation. Before this artifact is returned to the Shrine of Contemplation, I will see that its contents are shared. At least, within the Shrine Restoration Initiative. If that is all, you must be eager to return to your original purpose. You are granted the audience you seek, and I am proud to have helped you earn it. Whatever knowledge you pursue, I hope you find it. May the words of the three guide you to your victory.
It is time. The three have asked you to appear before them. Your actions have left an impression, a rare achievement. They are waiting for you now.
You aren't coming with me?
It would be best if you went alone. There are some questions I have yet to resolve with the three.
What are you talking about?
When the Eternal Empire threatened the galaxy, my presence in your alliance was understandable, but much has changed. The Outsiders' wars no longer concern Voss. We have our own struggles. The three want to know why I do not return and continue my duties as a mystic. Do you recall when I told you we had fulfilled my vision for the Force Enclave? That was the last of my visions that had been deciphered by an interpreter. And the first step toward acting on my own decisions. And a Voss who chooses to remain with outsiders is a Voss who is forever looked upon with doubt.
I had no idea you chose us over your own people. That must have been difficult. But I'm glad you stayed.
It was a simple choice. You have given me the opportunity to lead, to help others face uncertainty. That is a greater purpose than I ever found as a mystic. I have kept you too long. The three will be wondering what has delayed you.
Outsider, do you understand the importance of this meeting?
This isn't my first audience with the three. I met with your predecessors without incident. I think this will go just as well.
I am inclined to agree. I believe you are worthy of the knowledge we plan to share. There has been a vision. Its contents are disturbing.
Life will be reshaped. Scales unbalanced.
A wave of change rises and falls, beyond the reach of Darth Malgus.
And as he dreams, he awakens a great power. One that will tear the galaxy apart.
If you know all that, You must know a way to help me stop Malgus.
It is not so simple.
Should Darth Malgus perish, this catastrophe will transpire more quickly.
Haven't your people had other visions of disasters? What makes this one so different?
You are familiar with the visions experienced by our mystics. The role these prophecies play?
What your mystics see is very important to your people. Your government, your societal rules, everything relies on these visions.
And from these revelations, the interpreters show us the path, the decisions we must make to preserve our home, our way of life.
But in this vision, we see no outcome. There is nothing to guide us. The interpreters are united in its meaning.
The three, the Voss. We can do nothing. We are powerless.
This shrouded prophecy will come to pass. The foundations will be shaken, the pillars raised. The chaos is unavoidable. But whatever is to come from this, it is you who will choose the fate of us all.
Our destiny is in the hands of an outsider. Do you see why we shield our people from this?
Calm your fears. I will do everything in my power to protect Voss from what you've seen. You have my word, as a sworn defender of peace.
A grand assurance. We will hope it amounts to more than that.
Whatever part you play in this, enemy or ally, none of it will happen without you. You must be ready. We will be waiting.